Breaking news right now. Elon Musk, as we just mentioned here moments ago, announcing that he has named a new CEO to run Twitter. All we know is it's a female, and we'll keep you updated. 6 weeks she's supposed to take over, so that's well, something to look forward to, I suppose. Speaking of social media, joining me now is former California Congressman, CEO of Trump Media and Technology Group, Devin Nunes. Great to see you again, Congressman, as always. You know, after I got word of this yesterday, I said it was time to defund the FBI and permanent Washington's corruption. I said, we got to defund permanent Washington. It's hard to do with Mitch McConnell and 17 Republicans fully funding the abuse. And the abuse I'm making reference to, Congressman, is the fact that the FBI, upon a legal subpoena from the Congress saying, please show us this unclassified document that shows quid pro Joe and his peak during the the Obama regime, I should say. And the FBI said, no, I don't think we're going to give it to you. How is it they're able to do that?
Well, remember the movie Groundhog Day, where the guy wakes up every single day, Bill Murray, the famous actor, and then every day it's like the same old day. That's what we're reliving here. So if you recall, this is what they did during our investigation of Benghazi way back in the day. You can fast forward that to the Russia hoax. It's the same exact play call. So the only advantage that the Republicans have now is they need to play hardball. The last that I heard, the report that I heard, is that Speaker McCarthy was going to call the FBI director directly. Now, look, I never had much luck with that. He always talks a good game, says he's going to do the right thing, but never does. But clearly, what we know now, at least from what I can tell by reading the tea leaves, is that this document does indeed exist, because it would be a real easy answer. It would say, hey, we'd love to give it to you guys, but we don't have the document. So we know now it exists, and the Republicans are going to have to move quickly. So I think it's, the Speaker should call if he doesn't get it in the next 48 hours. If it were me and I was still there, I'd say you have 24 hours. And then we'd move for contempt and impeachment of the FBI director. I mean, that's how they have to handle this, because Wray has a clear history of total corruption. I mean, this is a guy who okayed the raid on the president's home at Mar-a-Lago. I mean, one of the biggest sinister moves in the FBI and DOJ's history.
Yeah, corruption and obstruction from Christopher Wray. You know what? And short of maybe impeachment, maybe just, the House does have the power of the purse. Just stop all salaries to Christopher Wray and to his lieutenants, and then we can work from there.
Well,
Title 42 ended to...
That should happen anyway, Chris. But the challenge is the Republicans don't control the Senate. So the House Republicans just can't do that on their own. They need willing partners in the Senate. So they can make it complicated. But the fastest thing they can do is move to hold in contempt. And, that hasn't been done. I mean, that's the easiest thing that they can do. And look, and it needs to be done. It's not just about this. It's about all of the other corruption that has gone on at the FBI and the DOJ over the last 7 years.
Okay. All right. Title 42 ending today, the last vestige of America First immigration policy. Emergencies have been declared in El Paso and other border cities, but also in Democrat-run New York State and Chicago, far from the border. Congressman Jim Jordan said that this is being done to us on purpose, a lawless Democrat policy, as I mentioned, fully funded by 18 Senate Republicans. Why do these politicians wish to inflict this pain on us? Why do you think, Congressman?
Well, look, it's pretty clear now what they're trying to do. I actually had on my podcast last week Michael Yon, who's also on True Social. He's a citizen journalist, independent journalist. He's down in the Darien Gap, the area between Colombia and Panama. So we had him on because I didn't believe it. I wanted to get the evidence. There are Chinese nationals coming through the Darien Gap up through Panama and coming into the United States of America. There's over 100 different countries that are coming across the border, and this has been going on for months. At this time, the only thing that you can possibly assess from this, that this is all about demographic change. They know if these people come into the country, they know the lawlessness, they know, oh, if it's Biden and Obama and all these, it's the Democrats who let us in, and they believe this. I know it sounds crazy, but you do a demographic change by bringing in people that will say for the next 3 generations, well, it was Joe Biden and Obama who let me in. We have to vote Democrat. And then they pound them with fake news consistently. They send them through the school system, and they are beautiful zombie voters that vote 95%, just like they do in Manhattan or DC or Chicago, for the Democrats, and they live in a total hellhole that's actually getting worse. And oh, by the way, Chris, last time I checked, weren't Chicago and New York City, what is it called, sanctuary cities?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I believe those cities and those municipalities, they deserve the full brunt of what's happening because they voted for this garbage. We did not. Congressman, thank you very much. I appreciate your time, as always, here on the Chris Salcedo Show. We'll talk again soon. Devin Nunes.